Coming up next on Plus TV, Plus News. Join our news team for half hour of local and national news. Plus News, informative, balanced, accurate, and current.
Hi, my name is Megan, and I'm a civil engineer here at M&M Engineering. Behind every successful production process in our factory come quality materials, skilled employees, and reliable equipment. Specifically, rebar and pre-stressing cable from Benny's, which are the building blocks of our products.
Not all rebar and steel are created equal. At Benny's, quality is savings because building with trusted materials means building stronger, safer, and longer.
Through Benny's Enterprises and Banquet, M&M Engineering has access to the highest quality products and heavy-duty machinery that help us improve efficiency, maintain productivity, and provide the most reliable solutions to our clients.
Best for you and best for me. At Benny's, it's the quality. Benny's, quality and saving.
In the headlines for tonight's newscast, 3 separate mayoral conventions held throughout Belize. Police investigate multiple shooting incident which occurred over the weekend, and independent senators and media house owners meet in Belize City to discuss BTL's proposed acquisition of Speednet. These stories and more up next on Plus News. Stay tuned.
That is brought to you through the courtesy of Builders Hardware, your home improvement warehouse.
So it started off like any other summer day in Belize. I decided to go down to Builders Hardware since I hear they had 25% off on summer outdoor products. I got a couple of items, a chair, a grill, a cooler, and I got carried away, but the prices were so good. But anyways, I might have gotten comfortable, maybe too comfortable. Then I saw the news, man, the hurricane season was not playing with me. But thank God Builders also had 25% off hurricane preparedness items as well. Flashlights, batteries, sealant, first aid kits, everything I need. And guess what? My grill survived.
Welcome to Plus News for today, Monday, August 10th. I'm LJ Wade. On Sunday, August 9th, Mayor Rigoberto Vellos emerged victorious in the Corozal PUP Municipal Convention, defeating first-time candidate Rogers for the mayoral slate. More than 3,400 residents participated in the convention. The race persisted between Team Rigo and Team Rogers, with Vellos now pursuing what would be his 4th term as mayor of Corozal in the March 2027 municipal elections. Here's the moment Vellos was announced as the mayoral candidate.
In the ballots for mayor, Mr. Harry Rogers received 1,175 votes. Rigoberto Vellos received 1,799 votes. The PUP candidate for mayor in the March 2027 election is Mr. Rigoberto Vellos.
Mayor, how do you feel like you and your entire team were selected once more, along with newcomer Ugo, who actually topped the polls also?
Hard one, hard battle. You know, sometimes it gets tested to the extreme. And this was one time we were taken to the extreme. But I want to thank my supporters. I want to big up Mr. Harris' team. We went into a convention that was not necessary. And I hope that after this you can join me and my team to work together. You know, it's time for us to rebuild our own party. And as young leaders, people expect that from us. I am happy, a bit emotional, but it all comes with victory. So I am very comfortable. And I want to thank God. Thank you guys for keeping the people informed of what was happening today. And as a La Victoria, we will see one another in March.
Is any of this vindication for you?
Sorry, I didn't.
Is any of this vindication for you?
I won't comment on that, but I am happy to be able to represent my party once more. On the Tongue Council election, we have a newcomer. We will embrace him. We will guide him also for the whole three years term, because I'm sure that we will win. And we want to be successful on our goals. We want to deliver for our party and ensure that Corozal moves forward positively.
Are you and your team prepared to work with Team Rogers and her crew?
Definitely. People expect young leaders to work together, and that's what we want to do. I want to invite. I've never closed my doors to any PUP, no matter who you are, and that will remain as open as possible. You know, we should work together. We had one goal. People decided whose goals they foresee and prefer. So congratulations to them also.
Despite the loss, Team Rogers says this is just the beginning, maintaining that in the end, their support remains with the party.
Good night, everyone. I'd like to thank all my supporters, including my machinery, my councillor candidates. We all put up a good fight. It's not over for the Team Rogers team. We will be coming back, and of course, you'll hear of us more.
Moving forward, how is the support for Team Rigo now?
We're going to be supporting Team Rigo because we are one PUP family.
All right.
Okay? So we will be supporting Team Rigo.
The People's United Party weren't the only ones that had conventions this weekend. The United Democratic Party held 2 conventions on Sunday, one in Dangriga and the other in Benque Viejo del Carmen. In Dangriga, Team Dwayne Sampson and Team Cristaline Castillo went head-to-head for the mayoral slate. This year's municipal convention was particularly interesting as it garnered several fresh young leaders, especially among the women in the party. While acknowledging the positive growth within the party, UDP leader Tracy Panton maintained that despite the outcome at the polls, the bigger objective stretches beyond the convention.
I think it's absolutely important. 51% of our population are women, and so the voices of women need to be heard, and they need to be accounted for, and they need to be counted. So we are very happy that we have women running for the United Democratic Party. But whoever wins, we are one United Democratic Party, and we intend to work together to defeat the real enemy, which is the very corrupt Briceño-led administration. They need to go now, and the United Democratic Party needs to step up. Well, I think history has shown that this country is better when the United Democratic Party is in government. We have always been for the people, by the people, with the people, and certainly that is not going to change now.
A total of 877 voters participated in Dangriga's convention. UDP Chairwoman Sheena Pitts shared the winning results.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you realize you're a part of the history. When people say that Dangriga has low voter turnout in conventions, this is an indication that when your numbers are under 400, today's convention saw your numbers at over 800, 877 to be exact. Ladies and gentlemen, you are a part of the history of the momentum that is showing that UDP ready, that Dangriga ready, that that Dan Grigga came out to select the slate in a fair and democratic way. Once again, your mayor in waiting, Mr. Sampson. Your councillors in waiting are Dayton Sabal, Jamal Swazo. Where is my friend here? Queen. Marshall, where are you? Your county. Magdaleno. And of course, our gem, Miss Fajardo.
And in Benqueviejo del Carmen, Joseph Guerra was named the UDP's mayoral candidate ahead of the 2027 municipal elections. UDP Senator Patrick Faber delivered the final results of that race.
I am pleased to report to you today that in this convention held in Benqueviejo del Carmen to select a mayoral candidate for the next municipal elections, March 2027, we had a total of 533 voters of this Benqueviejo Town constituency voting in this United Democratic Party convention. For us in the party, that is a significant number. Let's hear it for the turnout today, 533. Of those votes in this convention today between Mr. Yusuf Guerra and Ms. Danette Mendez, Ms. Danette Mendez earned a total of 119 votes, and Mr. Guerra, Yusuf Guerra, earned a total of 405 votes. There are a total of 9 spoiled ballots, so you have to talk to people because we can't afford to spoil 9 when the election comes. Right? All right. The good news is, my friends, that there are no losers today because Ms. Mendez, who was not successful, now joins the team as the 6th councillor candidate. So,
84% of members of the Belize Communications Workers Union have withdrawn their support for the proposed acquisition of Smart by Belize Telemedia Limited. The announcement was made today via a press release. According to the union, the matter was voted upon at an emergency meeting with its membership on August 6th. The majority of the employees had initially supported the acquisition during a January town hall meeting, but that support was contingent on concerns raised by the union being addressed. Those concerns included job security, the financial implications of the transaction, salary disparities, the integration of smart employees, regulatory and legal issues, and the potential impact on employees during the transition. The BCWU says it continued discussions with BTL's management after the initial vote in an effort to protect workers' interests. However, the proposed acquisition was placed on hold by the government in February, pending consultations with the public, students, and other stakeholders. The union says it later learned through media reports that BTL's board of directors met on August 4th to consider the transaction. The board voted 8-2 in favor of proceeding. Following the latest emergency meeting, the BCWU says the overwhelming majority of its members are now opposed to the acquisition as currently proposed. The union says it will now align itself with the NTUCB to determine the way forward. The union is also using the opportunity to call for continued consultation, transparency, and communication, emphasizing that BTL employees are key stakeholders in a transaction involving what it describes as national assets. In January of this year, 3 independent media houses held a joint press conference to clearly demonstrate their stance on BTL's proposed acquisition of Speednet. The media owners say the issue goes beyond creating a telecommunications monopoly, warning that greater control over Belize's communications structure could create risks for independent journalism and freedom of speech. This afternoon in Belize City, independent media owners from Channel 7, XTV, Creme Radio, PlusTV, and Love TV met with social partners and the 4 independent senators, Church Senator Louis Wade, NGO Senator Janelle Trinona, Union Senator Glenfield Dennison, and Business Senator Kevin Herrera to discuss a unified position on the proposed acquisition of Speednet. Today, the media owners made it clear that their position has not changed and that they are not in support of the proposed acquisition.
Well, the independent senators invite we to call this meeting the avoidance of doubt. They may need to know whether the independent media still have their position and then change their mind. I know in Belize certain why that come up, but I think after the meeting it's clear that our position remains as it has been for a time. In fact, a lot of the dissent on this acquisition started mid last year, and so it's kind of just setting out together this coalition dissent and opposition to the acquisition in light of what has taken place. And so we had a conversation about that. I think we have the lived experience of seeing where absolute power and control of a monopoly. Because if we say monopoly, they're not the complete facts, you know. There were monopoly in the hands of absolute power. The government have the control. And we experience certain punitive measures because of positions we have taken. You're vulnerable, especially now, more so than ever. The importance of the technology to the kind of work where we do and how we reach our audiences and how content is distributed. We just really, and it's not just the only aspect of it, it's the leading aspect of it. It is unacceptable.
I think it's important for the joint social partners, the media, as well as the 4 independent senators to have a clear understanding that we stand on the same ground to lose, just like other Belizeans, if this amalgamation moves forward. It's not really just an amalgamation, it's really a wholesale buyout. And I believe that with the switching of technology, there was a time when the powers that be would have to either turn off your transmitter or revoke your license. But the way things work now with IP addresses, etc., they could damage the media output without us even knowing. The world has changed. It doesn't make sense that our constitution gives us freedom of conscience, but constantly we are fighting for freedom of expression and freedom of speech. These things go together. It's like you could think it, but you can't talk it. I think we in the media represent various perspectives.
Every payday, your money goes to Social Security.
To continue to have these individual perspectives, whether we agree or disagree, the open marketplace of ideas must continue in Belize if we are to have a democracy that works and if we are to have an open free market economy that can bring about prosperity to every Belizean. And so I think the meeting today was very successful, as meetings we've had since late last week, to bring everybody together to say no to BTL and smart acquisition.
I think that historically and institutionally, CREM and Channel 7 in particular, both started their operation, Channel 7 in 1981, CREM in 1989, against a situation of state censorship. So when Channel 7 started, In 1981, George Price, then Prime Minister, Premier into Prime Minister, said that the state reserves all right for such broadcasts. When CREM started in 1989, it was the then UDP administration who did not want to license anybody other than Radio Belize. So I'm saying that we are our DNA for our organizations is grounded, is rooted in a resistance to oppressive situations where there is not a plurality of opinion being shared. And I think that any state-controlled monopoly poses a danger to free media. Any fettering of the free media poses a danger to a democracy's functioning. And once that happens, all hell can break loose. So that's our position on it, as it has always been. The law calls for competition for a reason. We were told that competition is the way to go. We signed on to the Treaty of Chaguaramas that requires competition in this sector. And for us to move back to a monopoly with the sanction of the state-controlled directors is a very chilling event, and I hope that the PUC acts in the national interest and according to the law and intervenes to stop this madness that just continues without the regulator saying anything. The regulator has afterthought. It's an embarrassment to the PUC. And I hope that the directors appointed by the Prime Minister will have some shame and take up their duty.
Following today's meeting, the independent senators and media owners were made to understand that the president of the NTUCB, Ella Waite, has been invited to attend this week's cabinet meeting, where BTL's proposed acquisition of Speednet is expected to be discussed. We'll take a first break and be back. Stay tuned.
When I install an AC system, I recommend Rheem from Belize. Unlike inferior units that drive up electricity costs, restrict yard flow, and wear out quickly, Rheem has the right solution for every space. With a wide range of options, I can choose the right Rheem system to keep every customer cool, comfortable, and satisfied. Because at Belize, quality is saving.
Best for you and best for me. At Benny's, it's the quality. Benny's, quality and saving.
Before our grid reached across Belize, it was built by generations of Belizeans committed to connecting communities and powering progress. Through the hands, the dedication, and the vision of our people, the grid grew with Belize. A nation built through strength and resilience, and a network built pole by pole. Today, that responsibility continues, strengthened by every hand that follows, each generation building on the last and carrying forward a shared responsibility, serving communities, powering schools, hospitals, businesses, and homes, supporting a nation that continues to grow. Belize Electricity Limited, built to serve, serving Belize.
Need a fresh new kitchen, flip that switch ignition. G appliances shine. Every knob, every line, all align and turn the shower on. Feel gold, colder in the chrome. So bold from the ties to the tiny screws. We've got the wow you'll choose. All in one place, Design Depot. Everything you need for the life you want. Let's go! From the floor to the paint to the patio glow. Build it up, light it up, watch your dream home grow. All in one place, all in one place, all in one
people, all in one place.
So it started off like any other summer day in Belize. I decided to go down to Belize Hardware since I hear they had 25% off on summer outdoor products. I got a couple of items, a chair, a grill, a cooler, and I got carried away, but the prices were so good. But anyways, I might have gotten comfortable, maybe too comfortable. Then I saw the news, man, the hurricane season was not playing with me. But thank God, Builders also had 25% off hurricane preparedness items as well. Flashlights, batteries, sealant, first aid kits, everything I need. And guess what? My grill survived.
When I come here with me and my family, I get quality service. I have no problem with the doctors nor the nurses. It has a lot of impact on the families because they can also use the service just like me. People younger than me have to pay $2 while I get my medication free.
So that's the great thing about NHI, that you can, access the service based on your ability to pay or not. All right, so that's the game changer of NHI, is that a consultation is $2, and I think if you don't have the $2, we would never deny the service. Built into that is children under 5 years old or above 60 years old or pregnant women. They have been suspended from the $2, what we call co-pay. So for them it's totally free.
I am glad because before I would have to pay out of pocket, because I'm senior citizen, I can get most of them for free.
I think NHI is for everybody. Once you have a social security card, you should register for NHI.
Every payday, your money goes to Social Security. They're supposed to guard it and make sure you have benefits when you retire, but they're not guarding your money. The third of BTL is yours, bought with your money, your contributions.
BTL Board of Directors has agreed to acquire its competitor Speednet.
$80 million. Nobody asked you, even though your contributions paid for a third of the company.
Expect to get consultation from the public for something like that?
No, I don't think why. It is a private company. It is a private company.
It's a private company when you ask. But who gets the $80 million? From your national telecom?
$62 million to the Ashcroft Alliance and $18 million to the Britannia Fund. Michael Ashcroft met with this board in April and he made it clear, don't look at the assets.
Your pensions, your future, and they told you not to look.
I don't want to continue with the discussion with you. I've given my position.
They are gambling with your pensions. Every payday, your money goes to Social Security. They're supposed to guard.
Police have arrested and charged 26-year-old Elvis Williams of a Belize City address for the crime of abetment to commit aggravated assault following a shooting that occurred on Forbes Road over the weekend. Staff Officer ASP Stacey Smith gave us more details in reference to the shooting incident.
Police have formally arrested and charged 26-year-old Elvis Belize City. Police investigation into a shooting incident that occurred on Saturday, 8 August 2026 at approximately 7 o'clock p.m. in the Farbers Road area. The investigating officer reported that a male person visited the police station and reported that whilst he was at his residence, a motorcycle approached him, and one of the male persons who were on board the motorcycle fired a single shot. Police are seeking another individual as a part of this ongoing investigation.
Police are investigating a shooting in Dangriga town that left two 19-year-old men injured. The incident occurred around 8:30 p.m. on Saturday, August 8th. According to police, Jim Mendez and Kevon Hijian, both of a Dangriga address, left an establishment in the culture capital when they were approached by two male persons who opened fire in their direction. Both Mendez and Hijian remain hospitalized and are listed in a stable condition while under observation. Police continue to investigate the circumstances surrounding the shooting. Police are also investigating another shooting incident, this time on Lion Street in San Pedro town, that also left two young men injured. The incident occurred around 1:45 a.m. on Sunday, August 9th. Police responded to reports of gunshots and met 29-year-old Francisco Daniel Na, a mechanic, who said two golf carts arrived at the time and their male occupants became involved in a verbal altercation during which bottles were thrown. Na told police that one of the men approached him and reached towards his waist, leading him to believe the man was attempting to retrieve a firearm. Fearing for his safety, Na, who is licensed to carry a 9mm pistol, fired 3 shots into the ground, forcing the occupants to leave the area. Later that afternoon, however, 20-year-old Renel Aguilar and 19-year-old Edwin Barco reported to police that they had sustained gunshot injuries during the incident. Both men were taken for medical treatment as police continue their investigation. Over the weekend, police operations throughout the country took multiple drugs off the street. 2 men were arrested and charged in separate drug incidents. 24-year-old Christopher Bolon was found with 5.9 grams of crack cocaine, while Mark Lopez was found with over 10.97 grams of crack cocaine.
Old Christopher Ballon of Santa Elena for the offense of possession of controlled drugs with intent to supply. The arrest follows an operation by the Santa Elena Police at just before 1 o'clock a.m. on Saturday, 8 August, which led to the discovery of 5.9 grams of suspected cocaine on the person of Mr. Ballon. Police have formally arrested and charged 59-year-old Mark Lopez of Punta Gorda Town for 2 counts of possession of controlled drugs with intent to supply to another. The arrest of Lopez follows police execution of a search warrant at his residence on Friday, 7 August, which led to 2 quantities of suspected crack cocaine amounting to 10.97 grams and 6.66 grams respectively.
A 22-year-old woman died after reportedly jumping in a river while attempting to escape a swarm of bees along the Philip Goulson Highway near Mile 6. The incident occurred around 12:30 p.m. on Friday, August 7th. Police responded to reports of people being attacked by bees and learned that 55-year-old Shisong Lu and her daughter, 22-year-old Shu Hu Lu, had been walking along the highway when they were attacked. Police say Shu ran toward the river and jumped into the water, while her mother fled in the opposite direction and later collapsed. Shisong was transported to the Carl Huchner Memorial Hospital, where she was admitted in a stable condition. Belize Coast Guard divers later conducted searches in the area and recovered Lu's lifeless body from the river. She was taken to the hospital, where she was pronounced dead on arrival. We'll take our last break and be back with more news. Stay tuned.
So it started off like any other summer day in Belize. I decided to go down to Belize Hardware since I hear they had 25% off on summer outdoor products. I got a couple of items, a chair, a grill, a cooler, and I got carried away, but the prices were so good. But anyways, I might have gotten comfortable, maybe too comfortable. Then I saw the news, man, the hurricane season was not playing with me. But thank God, Builders also had 25% off hurricane preparedness items as well. Flashlights, batteries, sealant, first aid kits, everything I need. And guess what? My grill survived.
Every connection we make is more than just a signal. It's a student unlocking a future through digital education. A young mind daring to dream bigger. Our culture shared with the world in real time. And everyday heroes answering the call of civic duty. When we connect with Digi, we empower Belize.
Welcome to the William David Fonseca Parking Facility, your modern solution for safe and convenient parking in downtown Belize City. With easy payment options such as prepaid cards or coins, parking downtown has never been easier. Enjoy affordable rates as low as 75 cents for 15 minutes, $1.50 for 30 minutes, and $3 for an hour. Open and available 24/7. Park smart. Park safe. Park at the William David Fonseca Parking Facility. Modern, secure, convenient. Your Belize City Council. Always about the people.
When I install an AC system, I recommend Ream from Benedict. Unlike inferior units that drive up electricity costs, restrict yard flow, and wear out quickly, Ream has the right solution for every space. With a wide range of options, I can choose the right Ream system to keep every customer cool, comfortable, and satisfied. Because at Benny's, quality is savings.
Best for you and best for me. At Benny's, it's the quality. Benny's, quality and savings.
The PUP is getting ready to use $30 million of your Social Security pension funds for BTL to buy Smart. Smart is owned by Lord Ashcroft and the Briseños. If the sale goes through, the Briseños will get $18 million. The PUP is always gambling with your Social Security money. Remember when Harry Courtney was charged in 1997 for theft of $3.34 million of Social Security funds on a questionable investment? Remember when Narda Garcia was fired as CEO of the Social Security Board in 2006 after a Senate Special Committee found she and the board had recklessly lent tens of millions of your pension funds to Glenn Godfrey-related companies? Remember when Belizeans rioted in the streets because the PUP forced the Social Security to lend $10 million of your pension money to the Ashcroft Alliance's Sunshine Holdings to purchase BTL shares? PUP. Always gambling with Social Security pension funds for dirty deals.
Last week, the Belize's Magistrates Court launched its official website, introducing a new digital platform aimed at making the justice system more accessible and easier to navigate for the public. The website provides information and practical services for court users, including online filing for civil claims, requests for court orders, child maintenance matters, and other court-related services. Chief Magistrate Deborah Rogers called the website launch a major step forward in modernizing the court system.
This is a big win for the magistrate court. For quite some time, Belizeans have been asking us to have an online presence so that they don't have to battle with phone lines and calling the court to be able to access information or having to travel long distances to get the guidance that they need. And for the longest time, we haven't had a prominent presence online. We were usually just a drop-down arrow on the Attorney General's ministry website or on the senior court's website. So now we have our own platform where we're able to speak for ourselves and really meet the public halfway in helping them understand how we operate and the role that they play in the justice system when they have to interact with us. The website is mainly a resource-based website. We have updated several of our application forms. Persons who would have interacted with the court before know that several of our application forms came in a half sheet with very vague information. It required the name of the plaintiff, the respondent, their contact information, and you had about a 2-inch space to explain your entire claim. And so we appreciated that that did not help the public when they came for assistance to the court. We now have separate application forms for landlord and tenant matters, small claims. We have updated our general application form. We also have a frequently asked section. What is bail? What is a summons? What do I do when I get summoned to the court? Where do I go? If I can't appear for the court date, how do I ask for an adjournment? I don't want to have to travel to Belize City or to Cayo. Can I get a virtual hearing? How do you do those things? So this website is meant to be a tool to assist the public on how to operate when they come to the magistrate court, to have information so that they know exactly what to ask for and get the exact services that they need. One of our biggest criticisms in the magistracy is that we didn't explain things enough to people. And unfortunately, our magistrates and our clerks of court have a high degree of workload. Our dockets are 50 to 100 people a day. The magistrate court is a high traffic institution. So to meet that need and to give access to that information, we thought that a website would have been the best and most accessible platform. Yes, our staff is still going to be there to be able to assist those who don't have access to internet services or who don't have a computer or printer at home. But for now, we believe that this is a significant step in meeting that demand.
The initiative is the result of a collaboration between the Government of Belize, the Magistracy, the United Nations Development Programme, the European Union, and the PACE Justice Project. Officials say the new platform is expected to improve access to information and streamline the experience for thousands of Belizeans who interact with the Magistrates Court each year. While the new website is officially open, Chief Magistrate Rogers says that it is not to be used as a tool to replace your attorneys.
It does not replace your attorney's advice. We still encourage you to seek that advice if you're able to. But what it does is give citizens and litigants the basic know-how on how to operate with the court, not to rely on rumors. So if you go before any magistrate, but the website said X, Y, and Z, please remember, every case before a magistrate court stands on its own pillars. No two cases are the same, despite how similar they are. So it's meant to be a guide. It's not meant to be a substitute. The website does not replace your attorneys. Cases are the same, despite how no two cases are the same, despite how similar they are. So it's meant to be a guide. It's not meant to be a substitute.
The new website can be accessed at www.magistracy.gov.bc. And that's the news. Thank you for joining us. From all of us here at PlusTV, have a good night and God bless.